The Pacers do it again. Comebacks in game one. They haven't lost a game one in these playoffs. Beat Milwaukee in Milwaukee, beat the Cavs in game one in Cleveland, beat the Knicks in game one in New York, and now they go to the finals and beat Oklahoma City in game one in their home crowd, in their packed arena. It was crazy. It was like one of the loudest arenas I think I've heard in a while. Even from the broadcast, you could barely hear the mics of the of the announcers. And I think most of the crowd was like standing up most of the time, and I have a feeling they were pretty shocked at the fourth quarter, even the second half, when Indiana just kept cutting the lead down. Obviously, the first half wasn't very good for Indiana, but it was kind of key for Indiana that they were kind of within 10, 12 points, even with, 19 or 20 turnovers in the first half. That was kind of a sign to me that Indiana's still competing. They're having a lot of turnovers, but I think even Rick Carlisle said it in the mic'd up halftime speech that they only gave up 9 points off of those 19 first half turnovers. So it's not like the turnovers were absolutely killing the Pacers. It's not like the Thunder were killing them on the other end off these forced turnovers. It was kind of like dead ball turnovers, and the Pacers' transition defense was pretty good. But obviously, the main story is the second half. The Pacers coming back, keep chipping away. Mathurin comes in, plays a big part, I think, on defense. I feel like he gave the Pacers that competitive spirit and energy. He blocked a Jalen Williams dunk. He was competing against Shea on the defensive end, and then he had a couple drives that really opened up, I think, the Pacers' offense in the second half. And then Nemhard, of course, what can you say about him in the playoffs? He's just a playoff riser. Keeps getting to the cup, keeps making big shots. Had a big three on SGA late in the game to cut it to three from six in the last 2 minutes. But somebody from the Thunder got to step up besides Shea. It's not like, somebody. Chet had a pretty rough game. Joe Williams had an okay game. But it just felt like the Pacers were, okay, Shea's going to get 40 or whatever on 30 shots. He took 30 shots. So the Pacers were going to be like, okay, that's fine as long as nobody else gets involved. Lou Dort hit a couple threes in the first half, but he didn't really get going in the second half. And then, yeah, like I said, nobody really got going in the second half for the Thunder. It was just a lot of ISO basketball, with I think the Pacers were happy to live with, and then try to converge on the drives of Shea, and then just, get back to the shooters. Even if Cason Wallace and Lou Dort get some, good looks, they're happy to live with it. But, Obi Toppin came clutch with a few threes. And then, of course, the main man, Tyrese Halliburton, comes in with the game winner at the end just to ice the game. Huge performance from him, another big clutch shot in these playoffs. And we got ourselves a competitive series like I think I previewed before.